just the smallest sign of progress in the debt ceiling showdown following the first major meeting between President Biden and congressional leaders. Though the meeting did not result in any sort of a breakthrough, neither side ended talks altogether, and another meeting is already set for Friday. Republicans are demanding steep spending cuts in exchange for increasing the borrowing limit, but the president says he will not negotiate to meet the country's financial obligations. They have until June 1st to figure it out, or the U.S. risks defaulting on its debt. White House correspondent Allison Harris has reaction on this meeting from both sides. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning to you, Mitch. President Biden is traveling to New York today, where he's going to ramp up pressure on Republicans. He's expected to tell voters there that Republicans are holding up this process and that the spending cuts that they're proposing would do things like cut care for veterans and eliminate Border Patrol agents, making the fentanyl crisis worse. The president says he is absolutely certain that default can be avoided, even as Speaker McCarthy says there is no movement out of their meeting Tuesday on this debt ceiling deadlock.
Everybody in this meeting reiterated the positions they were at. I didn't see any new movement. The president said the staff should get back together, but I was very clear with the president. We have now just 2 weeks to go.
So the president and these big four congressional leaders will meet again on Friday. President Biden not totally ruling out a number of last-ditch options here, like using the 14th Amendment, which would essentially ignore the debt, or issuing a short-term extension, or even canceling his upcoming trip to Japan for the G7. The president saying that he is pleased but not surprised to hear that Leader Mitch McConnell is also saying that the U.S. is not going to default on its debt. Now, remember, as you said, Mitch, the deadline is as early as June 1st. The president says he'd like to see a debt limit increase for more than 1 year. That would avoid this debate coming up yet again in 2024, an election year. President Biden saying this when asked if he trusts Speaker McCarthy.
I trust Kevin will try to do what he says. I don't know that. I don't know how much leeway Kevin McCarthy thinks he has in light of the fact, and I'm not being a wise guy when I say it took 15 votes for him to acquire the speakership, and apparently he had to make some serious concessions to get it from the most extreme elements of his party. So I just don't know.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer came out of this meeting saying that McCarthy is the only one among the big four leaders, who's still refusing to take default off the table as an option here. Staffers and aides for the president, as well as these congressional leaders, are now meeting daily to hash out some more of these details ahead of their next meeting on Friday. So they've passed one hurdle here, but there's still not much progress that we're seeing yet. Marky?
Yeah, a lot going on in Washington. Allison, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.